Hey everyone, it's Pearlescent Toys, back in today's video with another Marvel Legends action figure review, and today we are looking at the 85th anniversary Luke Cage and Iron Fist 2-pack. But let's take a look at the side art right there. We get artwork of both Luke Cage and Iron Fist, and same thing on the back. No bio, once more. Really bummed out that we're not getting those anymore. And here is the barcode in case you want to go searching for this in the wild. Good luck. Alright, but without further ado, let's get into the review. Created by Archie Goodwin and John Romita Sr., Luke Cage would make his first appearance in Marvel Comics in Heroes for Hire, issue number 1 in 1972. Iron Fist, on the other hand, was created by Roy Thomas and Gil Kane and would make his very first appearance in Marvel Premiere number 15 in May of 1974. The two wouldn't meet until Power Man issue number 48 in 1974, where the two would fight each other but eventually become friends, and friends they have stayed for a very long time, being one of the greatest bromances in Marvel Comics history. Let's start things off with Luke Cage. I don't know if I mentioned this in the intro or in the size comparisons, which I recorded previously to this, but I'm not really all that jazzed about this design for Luke Cage. I am a much bigger fan of his classic appearance, but still, I'm willing to give this figure a shot. Let's see if it is any good. And starting off with the shoes. Oh man, I said it in my Ghost Rider and in my Scar Son of Hulk reviews. Go check those out when you get the chance. The shoe game for Hasbro lately have been on point. They've been making some of the greatest feet. That sounds so weird out of context. They've been making some really good foot and shoe sculpts as of late, and here is no different. You see those seams right there, some stitching going all throughout those boots, and the treads are actually sculpted on the bottom for once. A bunch of legal mumbo jumbo, and it has some creases up here on the front too, and the shoelaces as well. Yeah, the sculpting here is just on point, and that really continues as you go up the figure to those jeans. The denim looks so incredibly lifelike. As a jean connoisseur myself, as someone who wears exclusively just jeans when out in public, this really tickles my fancy. I like this a lot. Let's do a butt rating. I haven't done that in a while. Ooh, that's like a 6 out of 10. That's a respectable 6 out of 10 right there. Going back to the jeans, and man, there's even some texturing done on the hinges. If you could see that, that looks wonderful. And I love the pocket, how it extends out like that. Not too realistic, but it's a lot better than it just being plain up there. Really nice. And of course, you have a lot more seams, and the texturing just so freaking good. Those pockets right there, really lovely. And that belt, in case you forget just who this character is, he has a reminder right here on his belt. Cage. The branding is, you have to be on top of your branding. That's how you make money. He is a hero for hire after all. How are people going to remember? He has that belt going around. It's not a straight up brown color. It's more like a mix between gray and brown, which I really, really like. And now moving up to the torso, and not a whole lot of paint apps going all throughout this. However, I think it's cool to point out that I think the neck piece right here and the shirt are two separate things, so it isn't a case of them painting on top of the yellow, which would have looked really bad. They actually molded them separately, and it gives them the opportunity to match the skin tones perfectly. I really like the sculpting detail in the shirt. Not a whole lot of paint apps going on, but you can see in the back, oh, the musculature. This shirt is way too small, bro. You need to buy a double XL or something, man, because this, yeah, you're rocking out with a adult medium. The sleeves right here, again, that adult medium shirt, he's ready to bulge out of that at any second. But yeah, the sculpting is phenomenal, and it continues down right here. I believe this skin tone right here is painted on, but it matches up with the rest of the skin very nicely. And that continues on to the arms, and dude, the musculature of these arms, Jesus Christ. He could put a polar bear in a headlock with these. The gun show is that away. you know where I could find a vet because these pythons are sick looking. Yeah, just super beefy arms. Oh man, this is another problem that Hasbro have been having as of late. Like when it comes to like the pinless joints, sometimes like the connecting pieces are not the same color, whether it be the knees or the elbows. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. Really ashy looking. He needs to rub some lotion on that. Veiny forearms, love that. As a man with some veiny forearms myself, I definitely relate, even though I am nowhere near the size. The hands too, super veiny. Sweet Christmas. Yeah, this head sculpt is great. Love the bald head right there. Why you bald? But the detail in the face alone is fantastic. And I love the digital face printing, how the lips are a different shade of brown and the eyes just look so incredibly detailed. And I love the scrunched up angry expression on the face, as well as the goatee being sculpted and painted on top of that. Yeah, I just love the anger in this one. He's throwing down with some hand ninjas or something in this. Yeah, and I love the teeth and the tongue right there, all painted differently. Dude, the depth is insane. I love it so much. A lot of detail. And of course, like the wrinkles in the forehead for his angry expression, even in the cheeks. Ooh, they kind of miss some paint right there. Really good head sculpt. He also comes with 2 fisted hands, and these have some brass knuckles with his name on it, Luke Cage. So goofy. I love it though. It's I don't know why he'd need these. Doesn't he have like super strength? Isn't he like isn't he pretty much like has the same strength as like Captain America, just bulletproof? I don't know. This is funny though. It's giving off Unity vibes if anyone gets that reference. He also comes with an open Seeger pan and a wide open hand. And that's it for the hand accessories. Ugh, I sound like a broken record. I don't like how they're doing this, how they're mismatching sets of hands. Really annoying. Going over articulation, the head is able to move up a tiny bit and go down a tiny bit as well. He does have some pivot and some side to side movement. And his arm is able to move up this much and go back a tiny bit and go forward a tiny bit as well. He has rotation at the shoulder as well as an upper bicep swivel. Mine's a little rough though. Might have to heat that up. He has a double jointed arm that bends in this much, and he has your standard wrist hinge moving up, down, all the way around. He's able to bend this far back and this far forward, and he has a waist swivel allowing him to move side to side. He's able to kick out this much, go out to the side that much, and go back really not at all. He has upper thigh swivel, a double jointed knee that is able to bend up this much, and his foot is able to move this far down, this far up. We're going to hold off on the size comparisons until the end. First, let's go over Iron Fist, and this is a much needed inclusion for the collection for me. The last one that we got, proper green and yellow, was this like shirtless version from Amazon 4-pack. Before that was in the Dormammu Build-A-Figure wave. The only one that I do have was the All-Father Build-A-Figure wave version. That one was in all white, had a super dated body. Like, it does not hold up today. This has just been a must-have for a long time. And when they announced it, like, I was beyond ecstatic. I'm much more excited for this than Luke Cage. So let's kick things off by looking at the feet. But this one is fairly simple. It isn't as detailed as Luke Cage or his shoes. I do think they did a good job of how they implemented like the skin tone as the paint, as opposed to like going the other way around. It is on that Renew Your Vow Spider-Man mold, so yeah, it has like those animated comic book detailing right there. It's not like he has like treads on the bottom or anything. It's just very simple, but pretty effective. I do like the shoes and his skin showing up here. And his shins match up with the feet pretty well, the skin tone wise. On camera, in person, it's kind of brighter than the feet, which is a bummer. Then we get up to the knees again. I love this body mold. Ooh, they kind of made it look a little weird when they're molding it. Yikers. Yeah, it's like marbleization. It's not even like metallic though. Like I could just see it on the surface. Not anything we haven't seen before. This is, again, the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man body mold. So for the most part, from the legs down, it's all the same. It's not until we get up north where we start seeing some new pieces introduced, like this sash. Can't say for sure it is brand new. Could be reused from like a previous Iron Fist figure, but the fact that it conforms around the waist very nicely, it makes me believe that this is brand new. And I love like the creases in it, the wrinkles, the knot right there looks phenomenal. And the flowiness of it, it doesn't get in the way like at all. I love that so much. It is a firm piece though. A sculpted belly button. Ooh. Now up to this torso, and my goodness. Like, I think this piece is new. Yeah, it is. So it is separated in the middle. So I think it is painted for the yellow right here at the bottom. But on the top, it is 3 separate pieces. You know, the green, the yellow, and then the chest, the skin. Not the same down here. It is just green and then skin. But still looks really great. And the musculature, I think it's very fitting for Iron Fist, the character. These pieces right here look great. Very classic feeling. I absolutely love it. And then going down the arm, again, same thing. Just the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. Nothing we haven't seen before. I kind of want to say there's like some slight shading right there in between the crevices of the arms. Can't say for sure though. It might be my lighting, could be the camera. But yeah, it looks really good. And again, this piece right here is actually painted on top. Ah, dang. It doesn't match the skin tone like at all. Kind of a big bummer. It isn't too noticeable from like far away. So that's good at least. The first accessory he has is this neutral head expression. Love the little wrinkles in the forehead, and the black on the side is a very nice shiny color. And of course the mouth. The lips are a different color, and there is some slight shading in the crevices of the skin. It looks really good. And on the back, you have his hair sticking out. Love that. And the back, I love how it's like all smooth up front, and then it transitions into like lots of creases, wrinkles on the back, all leading up to this knot with a tie. And he also has this yelling, angry expression. And notice how like there's even more creases up front for his face. He's just like scrunching up all of his face muscles right there. It looks really good. Really nice attention to detail from Hasbro. Not as much depth as the mouth for Luke Cage, but still just as detailed. And yeah, the paint app's phenomenal. The back is remains the same mostly, but yeah, the front is great. For the hands, he comes with 2 opened hands. 2 of these hands, sorry, I don't know what to call them. 2 flat open hands. And what would Iron Fist be without some fisted hands? Yeah, here are his fisted, closed up hands. And he also comes with these flame accessories, 1 for each hand. And it starts off with a nice, like, bright orange, yellowish, translucent color, and it fades into a darker orange. Now, going over articulation, the head is able to move up this much and go down that much. He has a really good amount of pivot and some side-to-side movement, and his arm is able to move up this much. It's able to go back a really good amount and go forward a really good amount as well. He has rotation at the shoulder, and his arm also has some bicep swivel, a double jointed elbow that's able to bend in this much, and your standard wrist hinge moving up, down, all the way around. He is able to bend this far back and this far forward, and he has a diaphragm joint allowing him to move all side to side. He has pivot, side to side movement, and that ab crunch too is able to move on its own. He has drop down at the hips, allowing him to have even more range of movement with those legs, allowing him to kick up this much, kick out to the side that much, and go back a decent amount. Very important for a character like this. And he has upper thigh swivel, a double jointed knee that allows his leg to bend back this much. He has an upper calf rotation, and his foot is able to move this far down, this far up. He has a toe hinge and some. And now on to the size comparisons. Here is Luke Cage and Iron Fist next to, well, Luke Cage and what was supposed to be Iron Fist, but I could not find him for the life of me. Sorry, guys, but I'll just leave a picture on screen. And yeah, there's no doubt this one is far superior to that one. Definitely going to replace that with this one on the display. However, here, I think this is the better figure overall, but I like this look a lot more. Who knows? I might switch between the two every now and then. Miss Marvel and Astonishing Wolverine, Superior Spider-Man and Scar, Ghost Rider and Spider-Man, Black Widow and Hawkeye, She-Hulk and Ant-Man, 97 Wolverine and Misty Knight, Daredevil and Daredevil, Daredevil and Daredevil, Captain America and Iron Man, Thor and Hulk, Darwin and Morbius, Deadpool and Hydra Bob, Deadpool and Hydra Bob, Grogu and Commander Gary, and finally Jeff the Shark and Spider Ham. Alright, time for my final rating and my overall thoughts. I think I'm going to give Luke Cage a final rating of 9 out of 10. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10, despite the missing paint apps on his goatee for both head sculpts and those elbows looking really ashy and the mismatching set of hands. I think this figure did a stellar job with the sculpt work. The texturing of the pants especially looks phenomenal. It's so lifelike. It's incredible. The shoes too, with the treads being sculpted at the bottom of the feet. It is such a welcome inclusion. Great attention to detail, and both head sculpts look phenomenal. And I love the added brass knuckles. They're just so goofy. I absolutely love it. And the sheer size of this figure too, like where the classic Luke Cage was a bit smaller than expected, like this one really shows like the imposing nature of the character really well. So I love that to death. Now on to the other half of this 2-pack, Iron Fist. I think I'm going to give Iron Fist a 9.5 out of 10. Just barely missing that perfect 10 out of 10. I think it's mostly just due to the arm and the feet. Those paint apps for the skin color just don't match up with the rest of the skin, with the shins, with the calves, and with the chest and face. They just aren't matching up, and that is quite a big bummer because this figure is perfect in almost every aspect other than that. I'm like super tempted to give it a 10 out of 10, but I need to be much more critical of these figures. I can't just be handing out 10 out of 10s left and right. For me personally, it's a 10 out of 10. But like objectively speaking, yeah, it does have like those small little faults that keep it from being perfect. But still, like the posability options are just endless for this guy. And him being on that Renew Your Vow Spider-Man body mold just like opens up the door to even more poses. You could have him in on the shelf for pictures. Just everything. This figure is the total package. I absolutely love that. But yeah, that'll do for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend. Anything you can do that'll support the channel will be greatly appreciated. Check out my other Marvel Legends 85th anniversary figure reviews. I have Miss Marvel, Astonishing Wolverine, Superior Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, and Scar up on the channel right now. Go check those out when you get the chance. But yeah, with that, I will see you in the next one. Sweet Christmas. Legends action figure review. I don't know. I don't like this display. Ah, dang it.